plan today is to do one of the remotest hills in Scotland. We're aiming for Beinn Dearg Mòr just here. We're parked all the way up here and our walk is going to be into here, up here, and then actually we're going to camp overnight and come over this Corbett here as well on the way back out. The other way to do these is from the Angelic side and come down past Chaisgein Mòr. I've not been this way before, so I fancied this. So, there's a very, very, very loud sheep. Anyway, I'm walking in now. So, the main road's just at the back there. There's the really loud sheep just over there. Just going to walk in basically along this lock for quite a long time. Drop my pepperoni. So yeah, this is not the shortest way in, as I was saying in the van. We have the problem that the route in from Chaisgein Mòr has a rather rubbish track for part of it and a huge long bog. Or this route has a very, very long walk in along a track. So I've just stopped for a quick break to enjoy this here view. This is the track I'm on. It's a track. And then yeah, look at this view though, it's stunning. I've come into a wooded area now and it's lovely and quiet, it's pretty. I've seen my first 3 humans all at once. Had 2 lads on their way out and a lad on his way in on a bike go past. Yeah. The other thing I've met is my first midges. Oh, they are bad here. They've been bad today, but I've mostly been able to keep away from them just by moving quick. But at the moment, no, they are getting me badly. Oh well, onwards and upwards. As soon as I get out of this wood, I'll be in better shape. Oh, so it remains pretty. I'm back, moving quicker now. Ah. Just coming up this beck here, you can see that chap that overtook us on the bike. In the foreground is an old shepherd's cottage from pre-clearance times, and this is where we're going. So we just had a look at the map and this is the rough ridge that we're thinking of following today. So we're going to aim for that gap between the crags and hopefully it should be pretty easy going up there. I think that the ground's going to be rough. It should be drier up on the ridge than down next to the loch, and hopefully we stand a chance of getting above this misty cloud layer a bit sooner. Very much up in the clouds now, as you can probably tell. We've just come through this cut which avoids a false summit on the ridge over here. Not that you can see it. I'm on my 3rd time trying to film this coal, believe it or not. It's not even that interesting, look. The update was because I surprised a herd of deer up here, and a couple of stags did a lot of stamping their feet and huffing at me and being territorial. They quickly cleared off though. So as I say, this is probably the last coal, I think, or the last bit of like relief before I climb up onto Beinn Dearg Bheag, which is the first of the mountains we're doing today. We've started climbing up onto the North Ridge now, so you can see below me, just come up a big boulder field. And we've come up to this cliff line. It's somewhat in our way, so there's a break in it just here where that grass is. So I think that's where we're going to head. Be a little bit delicate because the grass is quite slippy today. We don't want to fall off, so we'll go over here, cut round, and then over on top of that cliff line and we'll reassess. So basically it's not very exciting. I've kept to the crest. I'm currently on the crest at the moment again. We're on a flat bit. That means we're not too far off the top, probably about 100 metres or so in altitude. We're now very much on the summit ridge, and I've got this little bit to drop down before the final bit uphill to the summit, which is somewhere over there in the cloud. And yeah, it's moderate scrambling. It's not very hard, just need to be very careful because there's big drop-offs to each side. We're in a really pretty spot. We're going to go up and round behind this and then over the top of the thing at the back, I think. But I think that's nearly the summit up there. Well, look at that, I got my inversion. So, I am on the summit of Beinn Dearg Bheag. There's Beinn Dearg Mòr. And you can't really see it on the screen, but poking through the cloud over there is Arcteryx. Yes! Look at these guys. Hey, yeah! So, Beinn Dearg Mòr is a little bit higher than Beinn Dearg Bheag. And that leads to this view, and I'm not even at the top. How cool is that? That's the summit just up there. So, looks like I made it then. It was tiring going up that last bit. That really sapped it out of me. This over here, if you think of the Fisherfield Munros as a horseshoe, it's the northeastern corner. You can see it coming and looping around here, and then coming back this way over to these mountains over here. And when I did that, I did it from the far side of this mountain here called Arcteryx. But today, I came from over there. So there's Beinn Dearg Bheag, and you can probably just about make out the faint line of the coast out there, which is where we walked from basically. Don't know if you can see here, just around my finger is a halo. It's a rock inspector. All in all, not a bad day. I kind of wish I'd brought my tent all the way up. Ugh, I could have quite enjoyed camping on the top of this if I had enough water. So, just slowly making my way down now. Got to go and pick up my bag, and then we're going to have to find somewhere to put the tent up. I found my bag again, and now we're headed down. I'm pretty much back at the col now. I'm going to go off this side to the north down to Strath Beinn Dearg and look for a tent spot. So you can see now where we're headed. I'm going to try and go to that far side of the loch where there's a stream comes down to it. That should give us plenty of fresh water. The other option is on this promontory, just coming to the middle of the stream now. I'm a bit rejuvenated now. I've just had a slice of cheese and some water. In fact, we topped up with water. Not at this bit that we're just going past. So we've got over 2 litres for the night now, which will be enough. It's clouded over a bit now, so the loch's just down here. You can just about see it there. That mini bump I'm aiming for is this thing here. I'm at the head of the loch, so there's a breeze coming up the valley towards us and going over the hillside here. So we should be able to find a place where there's a good breeze, but nothing too strong. We're not too exposed should the weather do something unanticipated tonight. Just here is about perfect. The ground's flat, nice and dry, and doesn't have too many rocks. So I think this is good. I don't know if you can see the zigzag on the hillside over here, but that's the path up into the Munros / over towards Kinlochew. I'm just having breakfast. It's 9 o'clock. I woke up at 6 and prepared to get myself up, and then promptly woke up again at 9. I think I might be a little bit tired from yesterday and coming here off of a run of night shifts. Anyway, you can get a feel for just how cosy the the Nordisk Loforten is. It's a step up from a bivvy bag for sure, and you get a double wall tent. The condensation, even though I whinged about it yesterday, isn't anywhere near as bad as what happens in a bivvy. But oh my, it ain't big. I'm brave enough to have the door open at the moment because there's a breeze coming through. I think that might be what woke me up, but at 6 there was barely any breeze, and the midges were literally knocking on the door. It sounded like rain, although it has rained on and off overnight as well. I think I was at risk of carrying about a kilo's worth of midges at 6 if I packed up then. Anyway, the plan for today is to get packed up and then see how I feel. I might go on and do the next Corbett of the 3 that I was intending on doing this trip, but even then I'm actually still quite pooped, and I might just leave it be and head back to the van. You can walk out from where I am quite easily, although it's a long way. Anywho, it is absolutely stunning here. This here is the hill we did yesterday evening. That would be Beinn Dearg Mòr. We came down from the col between here, and that little bit of light poking out at the back is Beinn Dearg Bheag. And we've come down over this shelf down to here. So that lock that was in mist all morning until now has now cleared, and there's the lock. And then as we spin round, there's the Stalker's path that we saw last night going off up here, and that would be my route up to the next stop. And then down here is my apparently 2-man tent. It's quite blatantly a 1-man tent, but hey ho. So I'm just going to get all this packed into my bag. I'm going to leave that up just that last little second I can, because there's a little bit of condensation still in it, and it'd be nice not to be putting it away. And for those that are curious, this is the pack size of that tent. Pretty damn small. The thing is tiny. So I'm just having a little check around and making sure that I've not left anything, because we should be good and leave no trace. It looks fine. That view is pretty. Just behind Beinn Dearg Mòr there you can see the kind of eastern slopes of Arcteryx, and then you can pretty much see almost all the way out to where Alpkit would be, that way. Wowza, how pretty is this? These are the locks that I was thinking of sleeping out last night. Kind of glad I didn't, to be honest. It looks boggy as sin up here, and that is my memory of these. Anywho, we've passed over the pass now. You can see we're dropping down slowly, and we are probably, I think, going up either here or up and for this little rise here. Oh wow, I just saw a fish in here. Now from this pretty spot is where we start heading uphill. This kind of rough, maybe ridge thing in front of me is what we're going to follow. Ooh, back to the trudge. That at the back there is Sleog, and wow, that's looking cool. And here is that broad ridge, and I don't hold any hopes for that top bit being the top. I think it's going to be another bluff behind it yet. But there is that view that I said was unfolding around us. It's clouding over, so I need to get to the top if I want to see the best of it. So I've just come over the horizon, and just here in the middle here, you can see a couple of deer. I've got the wind on my back, so I don't think they're going to be there very long. So it's really, really pretty up here. And we've still got a relatively good view, so there's out towards the Atlantic, and Pooley is just at this far end of that loch there. So just down in the middle of the screen on that nearer bluff is our little herd of deer. I just turned around because I heard this big sound of water behind me and I couldn't work out what it was. And I saw this super pretty waterfall. Ah, quite happy with that. Anyway, onwards and upwards, I need to crack on. Well, it looks like all that cloud that we've been watching coming in has finally caught up to us. There is a surprise here, which is that body's not on the map. I presume it's for the estates. It very much looks like the kind of place where you might be able to shoot a deer, doesn't it? We're on that path down now. It's not the most obvious in the world, but it is, you can tell, a good solidly made path. It's going to take us down into the valley bottom, and you might be able to see going up this bit of hillside here where it goes back up the other side. I'm super glad we could find this path we're on, because these bogs would have been horrendous to cross on the bottom of the valley. We are finally up over that hill, well, ridge, and now you can see where we've got to go. So we're headed that way. Sadly the path goes this way, so I'm going to use it to drop down a bit further, and then we're going to cut cross country that way, and hopefully that's us. I'm just having a quick rest now. The last 2k took me only half an hour, which isn't bad for how bad the ground is, but it was awfully boggy. It required me to be up, down, through hags and bog. Definitely not conducive to filming. Anyway, 4k now is not bad, especially across that ground. I'm now at the top of the little corries that overhang the area where we saw the guy with the bike yesterday. There we go, we're part way down now, and you can see the ruin ahead of us, and the track snaking off into the distance over there. Well, dropping off that were brutal. Going up towards the ruin now. This ground feels like old farmland. It's rough, but it's not too bad. Here's that old low cottage that I've been talking about as a ruin, a little bit closer up. Completely derelict now, but it's pretty. Oh my god, I've never been so happy to be on a track. It's gorgeous. Anyhow, our river from the walk in, our mountain from yesterday, and a 5 or 6k walk out. That house at the back in the middle of the screen is right next to the road. So that's me nearly back at the road now. I just wanted to take this opportunity while I'm in this pretty spot to say thanks for watching. You may as well subscribe if you've watched all the way to the end of this video, because let's face it, you obviously like it. Thank you again. Hopefully I'll see you next time, and I'm going to get back to my car and do the long drive home. Cheers now, guys.